my third time trying to record this, so I'm gonna start again. I'm outside working out today, and I'll show you my surroundings. It's really pretty. I'm doing a summer no gym, just using some outside equipment. And I wanted to, before I begin, I kind of just wanted to discuss a video I saw online about the effects of isolation and solitary confinement on people. And tie it into another video I saw. Now that video was produced, the original video I mentioned was produced by TED Ed. And I believe that was the title of it. The second video I want to tie it into is something I saw on Instagram, and I don't remember who posted it. I just watched it. You know how like you just consume all these little couple-minute videos and scroll through them, kind of like that. So this video was a person, like maybe like somewhere between a millennial and Gen Zer. And he was just saying he had a sense of generalized anxiety, but he couldn't put his finger on like the reason for feeling that way. Like just not at ease when he was out away from home, wanting to be a part of stuff but not really wanting to participate at the same time. Like when he goes out, he wants to be home. He's like, I don't know if anyone else is feeling that way, but it does feel that way, and I don't hardly trust anybody, and I just kind of want to be by myself. And I identified with it to a degree, and I feel like now that I've seen that video from TED Ed, it makes more sense to me, because it talked about how being in isolation kind of makes you want to be alone a little bit, and you have a hard time reconnecting with people. You have a little bit of anxiety. You have sleep disorder, hard time falling asleep, hard time staying asleep, or like stomach issues, like digestive issues. There's just a bunch of little tiny things, and it makes you feel uneasy, and it gives you like a restlessness about yourself. So I just kind of wanted to speak to that, because I feel like our trigger point was probably COVID, and I do feel like it is pervasive across the globe. I don't think it's just a local issue, like in this region people are going through XYZ. We're still trying to like come back out a little bit more, adjust to the economy, the shifts in the economy, adjust to life online and offline, and kind of like marry those two lives, because some of us, our online lives are so different from our in-person persona. I think that's part of it. And coming back around people and connecting on like real things and in a healthy manner, I think has been the issue. I think that's really what the issue is. It's not necessarily connecting, but like, how do we connect in a real way? Because it can't just be, this video was funny, or did you see so-and-so, whatever. There's a lot of negative connectivity online. The cancel culture, all kind of stuff like that. So I did want to just bring that up and maybe open us up to that conversation and how we can begin to really move forward with actual healing of our social contracts, both online and bring ourselves back to one, and back to balance between our online and in person. You know what I'm saying? We want to bring it back into balance, because we're no longer just meeting online. We do have to, people have gone back to the office, back to school campuses, and there's shootings and ice raids and protests and a lot of issues going on that we're dealing with individually and as different people groups. Everyone doesn't have the right answer. Everyone doesn't say everything right all the time, and we're not supposed to. We're not required to be perfectly politically correct because we're not political people. We're just people. And if somebody says something wrong, you have to learn how to have grace with them because we're actual humans. You can't cancel us. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be at work tomorrow, at school tomorrow. We're going to be on campus. Um, and you're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to get over it and figure out how to move beyond these things because that's the way life is. Um, and we need to figure out how to move forward with these realities and reconcile these two realities, and integrate them back into one with our new technologies, and our new capabilities, and how to be a force for good instead of just, let's so and so said such and such about XYZ, you know what I'm saying? Um, how to be a positive force, how to use that influence for positive impact and positive changes. Um, because when we're divided as people, it creates a lot of little silos that are much easier to knock down than if you were together. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to be too preachy about it, because I myself have been subject to that exact thing. I'm not going to say I suffered as long. I've literally heard people say we miss, COVID or whatever, whatever. Um, and I can't lie, I almost felt the same way. I loved some of the things that came out of it, like grocery pickup. I really did enjoy that. But and to be honest with you, sometimes I do have a hard time. I don't have anxiety, but about being in public or whatever, I sometimes do feel the what's the word I'm looking for? I can sense the duality, is what I'll call it, between someone's physical presence and their online presence, and I think that's what makes me uncomfortable. Um, but that's me. So I just wanted to mention that and see if anyone else is going through it and ask, how are you coping with it? What are your coping mechanisms? How are you reintegrating yourself? And seeing if you have any shared tips. I know therapy, of course, nature, routines, exercise, habits. Um, but what about like sitting in the discomfort of reconnecting with communities that you were once connected to, and maybe disconnected from for a little while, or doing some stuff that you don't do anymore. Um, like not negative things. I'm talking about like social things. Maybe try to host something and be a little bit more social. Um, but I will say there's there have been studies of prolonged periods of isolation and trying to create those conditions for someone else will inevitably, by universal principle and by every principle in the earth, it will inevitably return to you. So I just wanted to put that out there and say, if you notice someone struggling, try not to be so dismissive, so judgmental, labeling them as, trying to say they must be autistic, they must have anxiety. Ooh, ooh, ah. Why don't you try to be friendly and welcoming, and maybe they might be interested, like create an opportunity instead of being, you know, or trying to connect with them at a basic level instead of what you want them to be to you. Don't try to like son them or daughter them. Don't try to connect romantically. Let's just start with the base level. Like, hi, my name is so and so, and I, you know, am open to like a basic level of connection. Friendship. Neighbors, whatever. Without being too taking ownership of people. Um, and claiming them as your own. So, and being possessive with them, or exclusive with them. Like, you gotta lock in, or we can't be friends. Stuff like that. I think would facilitate healing in my estimation, in my humble estimation. That's just me. That's all I got to say about that for now. I'm gonna get on to my workout. My equipment for the day includes a resistance band, a 10-pound dumbbell, just one, a picnic table, some ankle weights, 5-pound ankle weights, and that's it. My phone for music. I hope you guys have a good day. Talk to you soon.